Yeah, we going up, we going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky, believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pouring milk by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas who once were real, who now turning into sucks. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel us. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. We're still on the segment Men of Honor. We're up to volume 11 now. I got a special guest with me this afternoon. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you what it is that he does, and we'll get a conversation rolling just like that. How you doing, bro?
Good, Ernest. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing all right, bro. Before we get started, man, definitely thanks for doing this for me, man. I definitely think it's a big deal, to get you to be a part of this. So thanks, bro.
No doubt. I've been supporting you since the beginning and giving you a little bit of advice here and there that I could. I just want to see you be successful as the rest of us, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Could you introduce yourself to my viewers?
My name is Jeffrey Warren. I'm from the little area called Belvoir, right outside of Green. I'm a self-entrepreneur, baseball coach for about 16 years now. And that's about it, really.
Okay, cool, man. So was it the love of sports that got you into coaching?
That and kids, bro. And just seeing the effects and changes in kids throughout time. I've got kids now that are graduating high school, have already graduated, that I've coached when they were 9, 10, 11 years old.
Right. So I definitely, can understand that good feeling, seeing kids that you coach, graduated, and whether they take the sport or not to the next level, but just see them graduate. So I know that comes with a good sense of gratitude. So if you can, could you kind of lay out, a little bit of your background, your educational background?
I grew up here in Belvoir, went to Belvoir Elementary, Welcome Middle School, North Pitt High School, class of 2001. I graduated from ECU in 2008 with a Bachelor of Science in Information Computer Technology, which is basically computer networking in the general sense, and a minor in business.
Oh yeah, man, I definitely think that's cool. I definitely want to, let my viewers know, how it is that I met you. And I don't know if you remember, but I definitely remember, when I played football in the year 2000. You were a junior, so I'm seeing, I'm coming out of all summer long. I'm meeting the guys, I'm meeting certain people. Then when we finally dress up, I remember coming out of the field house, and the first person I saw was you, and I was like, man, what's going on? We got practice with varsity today. So like I always remember you, like being like, a standout figure when it came to football. And I remember hearing my older cousin, one of your teammates, Nateria Perkins. Shout out to him. But I definitely remember him talking about you, even from the welcome days.
Oh yeah. I played with Dontario. I played with your previous guest, Kendrick. Me and Kendrick played together for a lot of years, and he's now coaching in football. I chose to go the baseball route, but we all played together. We all come from different backgrounds, and we all still been successful throughout life, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And I definitely think coaching is is a real good thing in these children's lives. Especially when they can make the connection. Sometimes in our high school, we're lucky enough to have our coach be a teacher of one one of the classes that we have. But even without doing that, I definitely think what you're doing is making a big impact, you know, in these young children's lives, bro. So I definitely want to highlight that. And you know, definitely the work that you've been doing in the community. You know, as far as you know, I don't want to necessarily say political things, but you know, just the work that you've been doing for the causes that you know that you believe in. So I definitely want to highlight that.
Oh man, the biggest thing about coaching is having an impact on the kids and developing that relationship with. A lot of coaches will try to coach and just force information and stuff down their throat without actually developing a bond with those kids. And the closer you can get with them, the more they'll listen, the more they'll soak in. And that's been one of the biggest things that I've tried to use and take everywhere I go with coaching is developing a bond with kids and not just demanding their trust, but earning that trust first.
Oh yeah, man. And that's all positive. That's all positive. And you know, like I said, that's one of the reasons that, you know, I reached out to you for this project. You know, just with the knowledge that you have and you know, the way that you always involve and, you know, uplifting the community. You know, so I knew that not to cut you off, but I knew that, you know, reaching out to you would definitely be, you know, a success. And you know, kind of backstory on, you know, kind of how we got here, you know, like ironically, you know, I think we were going through similar things that, you know, and not exactly the same time, but maybe like a month or a month off. I always believe, you know, things that you go through, you know, you can use that to help other people, and not necessarily saying that I helped you, not necessarily saying that, but it did feel good and feel like the right thing to do when we had those conversations.
That's right.
I did
Bro,
see similar things.
as men, man, we get a little too strung up in our egos and things of that nature and don't feel like we can be compassionate with one another. And that's a big misunderstanding because a lot of times we need that reaffirmation from other men that, you know, it's okay. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to go through. It's okay to struggle, but just don't give up.
Exactly.
And, you know, you need somebody behind you. I don't care who you are. You need somebody to keep pushing you and to keep you up on your feet sometimes.
Exactly, bro. And I feel like, you know, I feel like, you know, that's kind of what it was. You know, when I reached out to you back in, I want to say it was late February, early March, somewhere around there. But I definitely remember, you know, the conversation that we had, and you know, the similar, like I said, the similar things that we were going through, and the methods that we use to cope with those things. And I definitely think both of us, you know, throughout you know, that whole ordeal, I really don't know your, you know, your religious background, but I know that, you know, you are religious. But I think that through that journey, both of us, you know, kind of connected closer with the higher power, you know. So and it was, you know, it was good to, you know, to have somebody to reach out to, and could, you know, that you could actually talk to and explain it from both ways, the physical part of it, the mental part, and the spiritual part. So I definitely think that was cool. And not only that, ironically, you know, weeks later, I remember, you know, I had a loss in my family, and you were there for me then too. So, you know, that was definitely cool. And like you said, that's definitely something that, you know, us men should do more of, you know. And I think that, you know, definitely the world will be a better place. And, you know, maybe, you know, we'll have a better, you know, hold on the whole mental health in general.
That's right. That's right.
If men do their part. But, you know, where we from and how we grew up, it wasn't necessarily something that was talked about a lot. Like I really don't remember hearing nothing about it until, you know, once I hit adulthood. So
that's right. I mean, we teach our boys now, even, you know, be tough, suck it up, you know, move on, don't whine and cry over simple stuff. And a lot of times we as men take that into every aspect of life, and you don't feel like you have an avenue to relieve any of that pressure, but it's very necessary. If not, you'll go crazy, or you'll make a stupid decision that puts you in jail, or even get put in the graveyard.
Yeah. And we definitely, you know, over these past few years, like even, you know, in our high school years, we definitely seen, you know, all three of those scenarios play out. But, you know, it seems lately, you know, especially our adult years, especially, you know, our 30s. I know you're a few years older than me, but, you know, I'm up at 32. So I can definitely say in my 30s, I have seen, you know, a rise in, you know, like suicide and just people, you know, the overall percentage of the country that's on antidepressants right now. Like that
That's
number is through the roof. So I definitely see exactly what you're saying, and you know, throughout you know, conversations like this and raising awareness about it, I definitely think, you know, we can do something about it, and we definitely doing the right thing by raising awareness about it. And you know, if other people can, you know, have a conversation similar to, you know, the conversation that me and you had, and ironically, it's like I feel that I know you more now than I did in high school.
right.
So that just, you know, just goes shows the character of person you are. So
I said, and it speaks volumes on you as well, bro. I give you big props for taking on such a task and a project and trying to shed light on mental health and just the awareness around that, bro. Because a lot of folks aren't willing to address it.
yeah, yeah, and it's really sad, but I do think that people not wanting to address it is a whole mental health issue by itself. So, but through this awareness, I definitely think we can, you know, start to break through some of that. So definitely, bro. Like I said, I definitely appreciate you, you know, for that. But I did want to dive in a little bit into coaching just a little bit more.
Okay.
So, do you? I can't remember if you told me if you coach on at schools, or is it more like on a recreational level?
I haven't coached for a school at this point. I've coached rec ball, I've coached travel ball, and I've coached showcase ball, which is college recruiting.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, that's still pretty big college recruit. So,
Got kids playing tonight and tomorrow night for Beargrass Charter, South Central High School. That are playing for a state championship potentially, and you know, I've coached some of those kids for a while, or at least 2 or 3 years. A couple of them I've coached since they were 10, 11 years old.
okay. So growing up, was baseball your first love?
Man, I'm a hunting fishing guy, man. That's my first love.
Right, right.
The sports just kind of came as something to do in school more so.
Okay.
I would say football was my first love. I messed my shoulders up in high school and had to have reconstructive surgery on my shoulders my junior and senior year. So that kind of put a stop to my football career. And due to the injury nature of football, I chose to coach baseball.
Okay, that definitely makes sense. I can definitely understand that. And believe it or not, bro, you know, baseball was my that was the first sport that I played that I actually liked. And you know, that's something else that we got in common. And ironically, I did spend a lot of years you know, my in my youth fishing. I spent plenty of summers doing that. I really did have a passion for that. And I also hunted a few winters, probably late, I want to say middle school and maybe the first year of high school. And then after that, it kind of, you know, fades its way out. But I do have a younger cousin that's, you know, real heavy on both of those. So I definitely think that's cool, you know, how much we have in common, you know, and how much other people could have in common with us. So,
Oh yeah, we
definitely.
bumped into each other a few times out fishing at the river or pond or two.
Oh yeah, man. That's definitely what it's all about, man. Connecting with the people. So yeah, bro. So I definitely want to thank you again for doing this, bro. I think this has been a real cool interview, man, and definitely raised awareness on, you know, things that, you know, we often talked about, you know, outside the interview, and you know, got a chance to highlight, you know, what it is that you do, and you know, and I think that's real cool. You know, you're giving back to the community, you're having a positive effect on these kids' lives, and when you're not doing that, you're enjoying nature. So I mean, what's better than that? So,
That's right.
and a lot of people got that. You know, a lot of people do that, and they, you know, some people might think that they're the only ones that do it, but you know, with this interview and other interviews, we definitely gonna raise the awareness on a lot of things. So,
That's right. Like I told you earlier, bro, I think the biggest thing you're doing is pulling different people from all different venues of life, different backgrounds,
Right.
and showing all the similarities. And even though some of us struggle, or even all of us struggle or have down times, as long as you stay positive and work towards something else, you can always bounce back, and still build something strong. Just because you have one mistake or make a bad decision, that ain't the end of your life. It ain't the end of your career. You can still move on. Life is about soaking and absorbing everything you can. That's how I'm able to work for myself now. Everything I've done in the past for somebody else, I now do for myself. I didn't just go and do a job and that's all it was. I soaked up what I could while I was there.
I heard that. Well put, bro. Well put. And I hope whoever listening caught that free game he just dropped. Definitely, bro. I definitely think that was cool, man. We'll go ahead and wrap things up, man. It's been another edition of More to Live For, Men of Honor, Volume 11, featuring the homie Jaws, Jeffrey Allen Warren. And we up out of here. Why settle for less when your last name's Moore?